For years, the world has been led to believe that electric vehicles represent the future of transportation. Governments, major automakers, and billion-dollar companies have invested enormous resources into building that future. But what if the industry has been heading in the wrong direction all along? While attention remained fixed on batteries, charging networks, and electric cars, Honda was quietly developing a completely different solution, one that has the potential to reshape the future of mobility. This isn't another electric vehicle, and it isn't just another hybrid. It follows a path unlike the one promoted by companies such as Tesla. Instead of relying on massive battery packs, Honda believes the future of transportation could take a very different approach. Imagine owning a car without constantly thinking about expensive fuel, lengthy charging sessions, or the heavy batteries that make today's EVs so bulky. It may sound like science fiction, but Honda's latest innovation is encouraging experts to rethink what the next generation of automobiles could look like. This is far more than the launch of a new vehicle. It's the story of a bold idea that could challenge everything we know about the electric vehicle revolution. So, what exactly has Honda developed, and why is the automotive industry watching so closely? The answers might surprise you. Before we dive into Honda's groundbreaking technology, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest breakthroughs shaping the future of science, engineering, and innovation. To understand how this remarkable idea came to life, we first need to look at the man who shaped Honda's philosophy from the very beginning. Soichiro Honda was never a businessman who preferred boardrooms or expensive suits. At heart, he was an engineer who loved getting his hands dirty. His fingers were almost always covered in grease because he spent his time building, repairing, and improving machines. Born in 1906, Soichiro grew up in an environment filled with tools, metal, and machinery. His father worked as a blacksmith, giving him an early appreciation for craftsmanship and mechanical engineering. As a child, he enjoyed fixing bicycles, taking engines apart, rebuilding them, and constantly searching for ways to make them perform better. To him, machines were much more than pieces of metal. They needed purpose, personality, and a spirit of their own. His journey didn't begin with motorcycles or sports cars. Instead, he focused on a small but essential engine component, piston rings. In 1937, he founded Tokai Seiki, a company dedicated to manufacturing piston rings for Toyota. The road to success, however, was anything but easy. During World War II, air raids destroyed his factory, erasing years of hard work almost overnight. For many people, that would have been the end of the story. But Soichiro Honda refused to give up. When the war ended, Japan faced enormous challenges. Fuel was difficult to find, transportation was limited, and millions of people needed an affordable way to travel. In 1946, Honda came up with a brilliantly simple solution. He began attaching surplus military generator engines to ordinary bicycles. They weren't elegant, but they were practical, reliable, and exactly what people needed at the time. That humble invention marked the true beginning of Honda's journey. Just 2 years later, in 1948, Honda Motor Company was officially established. What started as a simple motorized bicycle soon evolved into one of the world's most respected engineering companies. Honda motorcycles quickly earned a reputation for speed, durability, and performance. They dominated racing competitions, broke records, and proved that Japan wasn't just capable of copying technology, it could create world-class innovations of its own. Eventually, Honda entered the automobile market, but its approach was unlike that of most manufacturers. Rather than designing a vehicle and then selecting an engine to fit inside it, Honda believed the engine was the heart of every car. Everything else was built around delivering a smooth, responsive, and dependable driving experience. Driving a Honda wasn't simply about getting from one place to another. It was about making every journey enjoyable. Over the years, this philosophy transformed Honda into a global symbol of reliability, quality, and engineering excellence. Today, Honda ranks among the world's largest engine manufacturers. From motorcycles and passenger cars to aircraft, lawn equipment, and Formula One race cars, its engineering expertise can be found across an incredible range of industries. It's amazing to think that this global success all began with one determined engineer whose hands were stained with grease instead of ink. That same vision has grown into an international automotive powerhouse. Every year, Honda delivers millions of vehicles to customers around the world, making it one of the largest automakers on the planet. Yet Honda's reputation has never been built on sales figures alone. Its greatest achievement lies in producing vehicles that people can depend on for years, combining practical innovation, trusted engineering, and an enjoyable driving experience. One of Honda's greatest strengths has always been its belief that great engineering doesn't have to be complicated. Instead of adding unnecessary complexity, the company focuses on creating practical, efficient, and dependable vehicles. That simple philosophy has become one of the key reasons behind Honda's lasting success. The Honda Accord is a perfect example. Its name has become synonymous with reliability and trust. It didn't earn that reputation overnight. Instead, it built a loyal following over decades by consistently delivering dependable performance, comfort, and long-lasting quality. The fact that millions of Accords continue to be sold every year speaks for itself. Whether someone is buying their very first car or adding another vehicle to their collection, many choose Honda because they know it has a reputation for durability and value. But Honda's identity goes far beyond building reliable cars. What truly sets the company apart is its willingness to challenge conventional thinking. While many automakers simply follow industry trends, Honda has always preferred to chart its own course. During the 1970s, when the United States introduced strict emissions regulations, many manufacturers struggled to meet the new requirements. Honda responded with the groundbreaking CVCC engine, an innovative design that complied with the regulations without relying on overly complex technology. Later, Honda introduced VTEC, proving that even small engines could deliver remarkable power and efficiency. Again and again, the company demonstrated that intelligent engineering could outperform traditional approaches. Honda was also among the first manufacturers to bring hybrid vehicles to the American market. At a time when eco-friendly cars were often dismissed as slow and uninspiring, Honda helped change public perception by showing that efficiency and enjoyable driving could go hand in hand. Today, the company stands at another important turning point. This time, however, the focus isn't simply on hybrids or battery-powered electric vehicles. Honda is exploring an entirely different direction. The company believes the internal combustion engine still has room for innovation, and that, with the right technology, it can continue playing an important role in the future of transportation. That belief has led Honda to invest heavily in hydrogen technology. To many people, hydrogen still sounds like something from the distant future, but Honda sees it as a practical long-term solution rather than a futuristic experiment. Naturally, this raises an important question. If nearly every major automaker is racing toward electric vehicles, why is Honda putting so much effort into hydrogen instead? The answer reflects the company's philosophy. Honda has never been interested in following the crowd. Electric vehicles, once considered a futuristic dream, have now become part of everyday life. Quiet electric motors, zero tailpipe emissions, large digital displays, and expanding charging networks are becoming increasingly common. For many drivers, plugging in their car while enjoying a coffee has become a normal part of daily life. This transition has happened remarkably quickly. Governments around the world have accelerated the shift by offering tax credits, subsidies, and other financial incentives to encourage drivers to replace gasoline and diesel vehicles with electric ones. Several countries have even announced plans to gradually phase out traditional combustion engine cars over the coming years. Against this backdrop, Honda's commitment to hydrogen has become even more distinctive. As concerns about climate change continue to grow, electric vehicles have evolved from an emerging technology into what many consider the future of transportation. Battery technology has improved significantly, charging speeds continue to increase, and the quiet driving experience that was once criticized has become one of EV's biggest selling points. Today, it's not unusual for customers to wait months for delivery of a new electric vehicle. Nearly every major automaker, from Ford to Hyundai, is rapidly expanding its electric lineup, introducing new models at a pace that rivals the fast-moving smartphone industry. Electric vehicles are widely promoted as the key to building a cleaner and more sustainable future. However, despite their many advantages, electric vehicles are not without challenges, and those issues often receive far less attention. One of the biggest concerns is the battery itself. EV batteries don't last forever. They are extremely heavy and depend on materials such as lithium and cobalt, which are difficult to mine. Extracting these resources can disturb ecosystems, contaminate water supplies, and leave lasting environmental impacts. Another important question arises once those batteries reach the end of their lifespan. Recycling and disposing of millions of large battery packs safely and efficiently remains a challenge that the industry is still working to solve. Charging also presents its own difficulties. Filling a gasoline-powered vehicle typically takes only a few minutes, while recharging an electric vehicle can require considerably more time, especially when fast-charging stations aren't available. Even with a fully charged battery, many electric vehicle owners still experience what's known as range anxiety, the constant concern about whether they'll reach their destination before running out of power. That worry becomes even more noticeable on long road trips, where charging stations may still be few and far between. Cost is another important factor. Although government incentives have helped make EVs more affordable, they remain out of reach for many buyers. And while electricity is relatively inexpensive today, growing demand from millions of electric vehicles could put additional pressure on power grids, potentially increasing energy costs in the future. These challenges show that electric vehicles aren't a perfect solution. The real goal isn't simply replacing gasoline with electricity. It's creating a transportation system that is clean, practical, reliable, and sustainable for generations to come. This is where Honda chose a different path. Instead of rushing into the electric vehicle race like many of its competitors, Honda took a step back and asked a more fundamental question. How can future vehicles eliminate long charging times, reduce dependence on massive battery packs, and rely less on rare materials? The company's answer wasn't to return to traditional gasoline engines, nor was it to focus entirely on battery-powered vehicles. Instead, Honda turned its attention to hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. Hydrogen offers one remarkable advantage. When it's used in a fuel cell vehicle, it produces no harmful exhaust emissions. There's no smoke or pollution coming from the tailpipe. The only byproduct is clean water. Honda believes that if transportation is truly going to become environmentally friendly, hydrogen deserves a significant place in that future. And this wasn't a sudden change in direction. Long before hydrogen became a popular topic of discussion, Honda had already been investing years of research and development into the technology. In 2015, the company introduced a vehicle that seemed years ahead of its time. Unlike conventional cars, it didn't run on gasoline. Unlike battery-powered EVs, it didn't need to spend hours connected to a charging station. The vehicle was the Honda Clarity fuel cell, unveiled at the Tokyo Motor Show. What made the Clarity truly remarkable was that it wasn't just another futuristic concept designed to impress crowds. Customers in Japan could actually buy one, making it the country's first commercially available hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. The innovation went far beyond its futuristic appearance. Rather than adapting an existing model, Honda designed the Clarity from the ground up specifically for hydrogen technology. Its compact fuel cell system generated impressive power while using hydrogen efficiently, all without compromising passenger space or driving performance. The results were impressive. With a full tank of hydrogen, the Clarity could travel nearly 360 miles, giving it a driving range that exceeded many electric vehicles available at the time. It delivered a quiet, smooth, and comfortable driving experience while producing nothing more than a small amount of water vapor from its exhaust. On paper, Honda appeared to have found an ideal solution for clean transportation. Yet despite its impressive engineering, the Clarity struggled to gain widespread acceptance. The biggest problem wasn't the vehicle itself, it was the infrastructure surrounding it. Hydrogen refueling stations were extremely limited. Outside a few regions in California and Japan, finding a place to refill the tank could be difficult. Long journeys often required careful planning, with drivers worrying more about where the next hydrogen station was than enjoying the drive. For many potential buyers, that level of uncertainty simply wasn't practical. Public perception created another obstacle. To many people, hydrogen technology felt unfamiliar and complicated. Electric vehicles, by comparison, seemed much easier to understand. You simply plugged them in, recharged the battery, and continued driving. As electric vehicles became more popular, they received strong support from governments, celebrities, and major automakers. Financial incentives encouraged buyers, charging infrastructure expanded rapidly, and public awareness continued to grow. Hydrogen never benefited from that same level of attention. It lacked widespread marketing, strong government support, and the public familiarity that helped electric vehicles become mainstream. As a result, despite showcasing outstanding engineering and innovative technology, the Honda Clarity never achieved the commercial success many had hoped for. In 2021, Honda officially discontinued the Clarity, bringing the entire lineup to an end. But for Honda, that wasn't a failure. It was a valuable lesson. The Clarity proved that hydrogen fuel cell vehicles could be reliable, efficient, and practical. The technology itself wasn't the biggest challenge. The real issue was that the supporting infrastructure and the market simply weren't ready. Rather than abandoning its vision, Honda chose to remain patient. While the world focused on expanding battery-powered electric vehicles, the company quietly continued improving its hydrogen technology behind the scenes. Giving up was never part of Honda's strategy. Today, Honda is taking another major step forward, and this time, it isn't working alone. By partnering with General Motors, the company has developed a new generation of hydrogen fuel cell technology designed to solve many of the challenges that limited the original Clarity and bring hydrogen-powered transportation closer to widespread adoption. Honda's latest hydrogen technology is built around three key goals: extending driving range, improving efficiency, and using a vehicle that people already know and trust. That brings us to the next chapter of Honda's journey, the hydrogen-powered Honda CR-V. This isn't simply a new trim level or a cosmetic refresh. It represents Honda's return to hydrogen technology with years of additional research, experience, and valuable lessons learned. From the outside, it looks like the familiar Honda CR-V that millions of drivers have relied on for years. But beneath its familiar design lies an entirely different approach to powering a vehicle. With this SUV, Honda is sending a clear message. Battery electric vehicles are not the only path to a cleaner future. After everything the company learned from the Honda Clarity, it realized that advanced technology alone isn't enough. Any new solution must also be practical, convenient, and fit seamlessly into everyday life. That's exactly why Honda chose the CR-V as the foundation for its next-generation hydrogen vehicle. As one of the company's most trusted and best-selling SUVs, it provides the perfect platform for introducing this technology to everyday drivers. Developed in partnership with General Motors, the hydrogen-powered CR-V is designed to overcome many of the limitations that held back the Clarity. The goal is straightforward: to deliver a practical SUV that people can comfortably drive every day while offering a genuine alternative to conventional electric vehicles. At first glance, the hydrogen-powered CR-V looks almost identical to the familiar model that families have depended on for years. It offers the same comfortable interior, practical design, and everyday usability that made the CR-V so popular in the first place. The biggest differences are hidden beneath the surface. Instead of using a traditional gasoline engine or a large battery pack that requires lengthy charging sessions, this SUV is powered by hydrogen fuel cell technology. At the rear of the vehicle are two high-pressure hydrogen tanks, carefully engineered to maximize safety while preserving passenger and cargo space. Beneath the cabin, a compact fuel cell system continuously converts hydrogen into electricity, which powers an electric motor. The result is a smooth, quiet, and responsive driving experience. Honda designed the entire system with reliability, efficiency, and everyday practicality in mind. One of its greatest advantages is convenience. Rather than searching for charging stations and waiting for batteries to recharge, drivers simply refill the hydrogen tanks and continue their journey. Inside the fuel cell, hydrogen reacts with oxygen from the air to generate electricity. The only byproduct of this process is clean water vapor. There are no harmful tailpipe emissions, no smoke, and no exhaust gases. Just clean energy powering the vehicle. Even more impressive is the refueling time. Filling the hydrogen tanks takes only about 3 to 5 minutes, nearly the same amount of time it takes to refuel a conventional gasoline-powered vehicle. Once refueled, the CR-V can travel long distances without the constant concern of finding the next charging station. For commuters, families, and frequent travelers, this eliminates one of the biggest concerns many people have about battery electric vehicles. The hydrogen-powered CR-V also offers an unexpected practical feature. It can function as a portable power source. During a power outage, the vehicle can provide electricity for essential household appliances, charge smartphones and laptops, or keep other important devices running. In situations like these, the CR-V becomes more than just a means of transportation. It can also serve as a reliable emergency power supply when it's needed most. Despite incorporating advanced hydrogen technology, Honda hasn't sacrificed the everyday practicality that has made the CR-V one of its most successful SUVs. The cabin remains spacious, comfortable, and well-suited for family life. Thanks to clever engineering, the hydrogen system fits neatly within the vehicle without significantly reducing cargo space. Whether you're loading groceries, suitcases, camping equipment, or sports gear, the CR-V retains the versatility that drivers expect. Rather than feeling like an added feature, the hydrogen system appears to have been part of the vehicle's design from the very beginning. Honda is also taking a careful and realistic approach to introducing this technology. Instead of launching the vehicle worldwide all at once, the company is initially focusing on regions where hydrogen refueling infrastructure already exists, including California and Japan. This strategy ensures that early owners have convenient access to refueling stations from day one. As hydrogen infrastructure continues to grow, Honda plans to gradually expand the availability of the hydrogen-powered CR-V into additional markets. Rather than chasing attention with rapid expansion, Honda is prioritizing careful planning, dependable infrastructure, and strong industry partnerships. That thoughtful approach has long been one of the company's defining strengths. While many automakers continue competing by building larger batteries and reducing charging times, Honda is pursuing a different vision, offering fast refueling, impressive driving range, and zero-emission performance in a familiar and dependable SUV. If the hydrogen-powered CR-V already demonstrates this level of capability, it raises an exciting possibility. What could Honda accomplish as this technology expands across more of its vehicle lineup? The encouraging news is that the supporting infrastructure is beginning to grow. Hydrogen refueling stations are gradually increasing across the United States, particularly in California, while other states continue evaluating the technology and planning future investments. Japan has made hydrogen a central part of its long-term energy strategy, investing heavily in its development and infrastructure. Germany is expanding hydrogen networks to support commercial transportation, and China is investing billions of dollars in hydrogen-powered buses, taxis, and freight vehicles as part of its rapidly evolving transportation system. Although hydrogen still faces challenges before becoming mainstream, momentum continues to build around the world. Honda believes this technology has the potential to play an important role alongside battery electric vehicles in creating a cleaner and more sustainable future for transportation. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest stories about groundbreaking technology and the future of innovation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.